What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins here, West Ham Fan TV, back once again with another video. Now, I thought on Friday we'll do a bit of a lunchtime live transfer daily. There's not a massive amount of news, but there is a couple of things that have that's caught my eye today. The normal video will resume tomorrow. The only reason we didn't do it today, and I'm doing this one, is because we're doing Friday Night Pint live, and I think more opinions is better than just one opinion. So I thought I'd give all the other boys a chance to do that. But I've got to start with this one, which we will be discussing tonight. Jack Wilshere advising Jesse Lingard not to come to West Ham. The serial washing machine molester has turned around and said the grass is not always greener on the other side. And if you're with a big club, stay with them, because it's such a difference being with a big club than going to go up against the big club. Which Jack Wilshere's 29 and he hasn't got a club. That for me, that tells you all that you need to know about the mentality of Jack Wilshere. I don't know what it is about him and West Ham, because he stole a living from us for a couple of years and we terminated his contract. But I don't know what his problem is with West Ham. He spent more time in washing machines than he did on the pitch, and he should really keep his nose out of West Ham sort of business at the moment, because he didn't exactly cover himself in glory when he was here. But he's told Jesse Lingard, no, stay with Manchester United. You don't know how long you're going to be with these big clubs, and I much more enjoyed it at Arsenal than I did at. For me, that just says he's not willing to fight for a place. He doesn't. I know he's done that stupid Paddy Power advert of late, which, I'll be honest, it made me laugh. But it's not our fault that he spent more time on the injury bench than he did on the pitch. It's ridiculous. And all of this, oh, I'm fit now. I'm fit and ready to go. I'm fit and ready to go. I don't want this to turn into a sort of a Jack Wilshere rant, but he has annoyed me. Why would he want to stay at Manchester United? He's played 11 minutes under the new manager. He wants to get into that England squad. He wants to play football at this stage of his career. If Jack Wilshere is happy enough to sit there, take money, sitting on a bench and not playing football, he's saying things like, they're not competing right now, but it's much better to be at what? It's much better not to play football than to do the job that you're paid to play. And that, for me, is a typical attitude of Jack Wilshere. He's happy enough to sit there and collect money. That's what he's saying to you. But he doesn't want to go and earn his money. That's why he hasn't got a club. His attitude stinks. It absolutely stinks. It's a shame, because I thought Jack Wilshere would come here and do really, really well. And he didn't. He spent all of his time on the bench, but he's 29 years old now without a club. He's probably not going to get a club unless he drops right down the leagues. So to be advising Jesse Lingard not to come to us and the grass, Jesse Lingard knows about what the grass is like. He's been here already. He come here, he enjoyed the football. He'd done really well for himself. He broke himself back into the England team. He was playing week in, week out without a shadow of a doubt. He got on well with all the players. Why wouldn't he want to come here to sit and be Jadon Sancho or Martial or Ronaldo's understudy? Why would he want to do that? The kid's got talent. Wilshere had talent before it all got sucked out of him. But the kid's got talent, and talent like him need to be playing football. They need to be playing football. Simple as that. So for a player like Jack Wilshere to say, "Nah, don't go to them" and all that. Very, very sour grapes, very disappointing. Let me take some of your comments about this one. But as I said, we will be back tonight, so I'm not going to spend too long on this one. Wilshere has always had us in high regard. Seems odd, this comment. I disagree, mate. Ever since he got released by us, he hasn't had us in high regard whatsoever. Jack Wilshere is a clown. Jesse would be sick at West Ham, and I'm assuming he means sick in the good way. Mr. Archer, hello, Mr. Hawkins. Hello, Mr. Archer. Afternoon all, says Steve Foley. Emily Underhill, nice. Hello, nice to finally watch some live stuff. No problem, Emily. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. As I said, come back tonight, 7:30. We're all going to have a say on this. We'll be talking about this in a lot more detail. Wilshere's a mug, couldn't get in our side and is still salty about it. Yeah, absolutely. He spent more time moaning than he did playing at West Ham, because he spent 2 years on the sidelines and then was whinging about that he was fit and ready to go and he wasn't getting picked. Things like this really get under my skin. Wilshere could keep his mouth shut. Jesse would be a good addition to the club just because he didn't make it at West Ham, being an injury-prone player. Wilshere saying the grass isn't green, that doesn't make sense, as Lingard already had a taste of it here. That's what I said. I remember Wilshere leaving 2 years ago to find a team that suits his play. Still looking. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, absolutely. Just a really quick update. Let me get back to the comments. Let me take a few more comments, actually. He's already been at West Ham for half a season, so Lingard knows what it's like at West Ham. Wilshere chatting out of his arse as usual. Thing is, to the West Ham, Wilshere was at the West Ham now are two completely different sides. Yeah, absolutely. Get Lingard to the bowl, says Lewis Tucker. He's staying with Man United because he'll earn more cash there. That just shows what's more important to Wilshere. He's not earning any cash at the minute, Wilshere. He's been training with Arsenal since October. And this really shows Jack Wilshere wasn't really a West Ham fan like he claimed to be, because if he would be telling Jesse to join. It's such a big contrast, isn't it, between what Jack Wilshere's been saying and the claim that he's been a West Ham fan and the way Anton Ferdinand comes across. Because I think Anton Ferdinand always comes across with our best interests at heart, to be quite honest with you. And I absolutely love Anton Ferdinand. The difference between Wilshere and Lingard is that Lingard hasn't spent most of his career injured. But Wilshere's bored and wants to be in the headlines, says Anas Ahmed. I'll be happy with Lingard, another centre-back and a backup for Antonio. Lewis Tucker, Nicky, realistically, how many players do you think will sign this window, whether it be permanent or a loan deal? I think three, to be quite honest with you. Let me get on to the next one. Antonio has come out in the press today saying he welcomes the challenge from another striker. He's turned around and said, I'm not going to quote, but he's basically turned around and said, I play better when there's competition. I know that I've got to fight for my place, blah, 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 which is something that's really refreshing to hear. Someone come out in the press and say that they want the competition and they want another striker to take some of the burden off of him, because it's really easy for Mikel Antonio to say, no, I'm the main man here. But he's welcomed competition and he welcomes the addition of a new striker. And just quickly briefing on another couple of things. Issa Diop has been subject to a £10 million bid, allegedly, from Newcastle. But again, we'll be talking about that tonight. And one of our targets, Philip Coutinho, has joined Aston Villa. He thought the lure of Stevie Gerrard was too much to turn down. So, yeah. But, yeah, main story, Jack Wilshere telling Lingard not to join West Ham. I'm sure Lingard's going to join West Ham, or at least think about it anyway. I'm sure Jack Wilshere's comments is not going to put him off at all. But it's really disappointing, But a good bit of news about, Mikel Antonio coming out in the press and saying we need to sign a striker, because that might kick the club up the arse and get them to sign a striker. As I said, Transfer Daily, as you know, it will be back live again. Not live, it won't be live at all. We'll be back, as you know it, tomorrow before we build up to the Leeds game. There is a preview up right now. So go and check Scotty's preview up if you ain't already. There is an opposition preview coming tomorrow, and if you're a patron, that's already going to be an exclusive for you today. So you can go and check that out if you're a patron of our channel. There's going to be a lot more patron exclusives going up as well. All the comments have disappeared. I can't see any comments. So I do apologise. There will be Patreon exclusives going up all the time. As I said, I'm working a lot more on the content on this channel. So I very much look forward to seeing you back here every day. As I said, opposition preview. There is a Patreon exclusive going up tomorrow as well as checking out all the fan counts with the boys. Now, I won't be there on Sunday, but I will be doing something after the game. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, keep it locked. As I said, if you're new around here, subscribe. And tell me what you think in the comment section down below, what you think about Jack Wilshere and his comments today. And we'll be reading them out on tomorrow's Transfer Live video. Thank you very much. One thing left to say from me, come on you Irons.